Some of the most common health advice sounds completely reasonable. In fact, most people follow it because it feels safe, logical, and responsible. But over time, some of these habits quietly do the opposite of what we expect. They don't cause immediate problems. They don't trigger obvious warning signs. They slowly shape the body in ways that are easy to miss. And that's what makes them so powerful. In this video, I want to talk about a few health habits that sound right on the surface, but can quietly work against you when they become part of your daily routine. This isn't about extremes. It's not about fear. It's about understanding how small decisions compound over years, not days. Most health advice isn't exactly wrong. It's incomplete. It tends to focus on single actions, one workout, one meal, one habit, instead of the long-term patterns those actions create. But the body doesn't respond strongly to what you do occasionally. It responds to what you repeat, day after day, often without thinking about it. That's why habits that seem harmless or even helpful can slowly push health in the wrong direction. Not because they're extreme, but because they quietly become the baseline. When something becomes routine, the body adapts to it. And adaptation isn't always beneficial. Over time, the body becomes very good at surviving patterns. Even patterns that slowly reduce resilience, recovery, and balance. A common example of this is the constant push for more. More movement, more productivity, more output. Effort matters, but recovery is what allows effort to actually improve health. Without enough recovery, stress hormones remain elevated. Inflammation increases. Sleep becomes lighter and less restorative. At first, this doesn't feel like a problem. In fact, it often feels productive. You feel busy. You feel disciplined. You feel like you're doing the right thing. But over time, the body adapts by conserving energy rather than building strength. Progress stalls. Fatigue feels normal. And motivation slowly turns into obligation. Many people respond by pushing harder, assuming the solution is more effort. In reality, the issue is often that recovery never fully happens. A habit that looks healthy on the surface can quietly work against long-term health when rest is consistently treated as optional. Another pattern that often goes unnoticed is chronic stress that feels ordinary. Daily stress rarely feels dramatic. it feels familiar. Deadlines, notifications, constant mental engagement. When stress becomes the baseline, the nervous system never fully resets. The body stays slightly alert, even during moments that should allow recovery. Over time, this affects sleep quality, metabolism, immune function, and focus. Nothing feels acutely wrong, but the body remains in a low-level state of tension. This isn't about eliminating stress completely. That's not realistic. It's about recognizing that unresolved stress compounds, much like unresolved debt. Small amounts, repeated daily, add up in ways that are hard to see until the effects are already present. What these habits have in common isn't intensity. It's repetition. Health is shaped less by occasional big actions and more by what your body experiences most days. Small patterns, repeated consistently, matter more than short bursts of motivation. This is why health improvements often happen quietly. And it's also why health declines often go unnoticed for years. Extreme solutions usually miss the point. They focus on doing more instead of doing things differently. Instead of asking, "Is this healthy?" a more useful question is, "What does this encourage my body to repeat? Does it support recovery? Or does it add more strain? Does it help the nervous system settle? Or does it keep it constantly stimulated?" Small adjustments that reduce friction, improve sleep, and allow the body to recover tend to have the greatest impact over time. This approach isn't flashy. It isn't extreme. But it's sustainable. And sustainability is what actually supports long-term health. That's the perspective this channel is built around. If this way of thinking resonates with you, the other videos on this channel build on the same idea. Each one looks at a single habit, not in isolation, but in how it compounds over years. Thanks for watching.